The spring semester will soon be coming to an end, and that means that the university events calendar is at its limit with dozens of options for the campus community. Coming up, we'll have a look at several recent options that included the chance to help the campus go green or find the perfect outfit for summer vacation.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, bringing attention to the many victims who have suffered in silence. MCTV's Lucas Marino shows us how several members of the Texas Tech and Lubbock communities are using art to raise awareness of this important issue.
And the Texas Tech baseball team is back in the win column after a successful midweek series and the efforts of a Red Raider having one of the best years of his career. MCTV's Nathan Boles will have the scores and highlights from Tech versus GCU, along with a look around Tech athletics and sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Haleigh Hinojosa.
And I'm Makayla McDonnell. The countdown to the end of the spring semester is less than 3 weeks away, and many campus groups and departments are fitting in end-of-the-year events before students leave for summer break.
The university calendar has been packed full with options ranging from final performances to annual conferences to fun options for students to de-stress from coursework. Yesterday, the Department of Advertising offered an entertaining diversion from homework and final projects during the Ads Through the Ages event. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., students passing through the Media and Communication building had the opportunity to participate in a series of games, activities, and tasks in areas located on the first, second, and third floors. Participants were given a punch card, and once they had completed the requirements, they could head to the third floor for free food and drinks. Ads Through the Ages was the product of weeks of work by students in Professor Lindsay Grannon's event branding class. The students designed the entire event, starting with the basic concept early in the semester.
It was pretty democratic. We voted. Yeah, I think we had maybe 10 teams in total. And so we just pitched ideas to each other. I think it was over the first 3 days of class.
The theme of Wednesday's event was partially based on the university's ongoing centennial celebration. Students showcased ads, branding, and marketing concepts from the 1980s, 90s, and the 2000s. Ads Through the Ages was also designed to retain current advertising students and recruit students who are considering options for their major.
Yesterday's calendar of events continued a little later in the evening with another fun and free activity for on-campus residents. Keep Going, Keep Growing with CUTE was the latest event to be hosted by the Residence Hall Association. Yesterday evening, members of RHA invited dorm residents to stop by the Horn Social Lounge at 6 p.m. to decorate a planting pot. After that, students could choose from a selection of plants such as succulents or a bamboo shoot to help brighten up their room. Yesterday's event was organized by one of RHA's committees whose goal is to help students go green and save the planet.
This is through the RHA CUTE Committee for Cleaning Up the Environment, so we aim towards sustainability and promoting health on campus and all that. So when we saw the idea of having pottery or like promoting liveliness in the residence halls, we thought that'd be a great idea to spread throughout the dorms.
Wednesday's event also included free food and drinks for participants, along with a chance to meet dorm residents from around campus.
A busy Wednesday here on campus wrapped up with a unique event at the Human Sciences building, giving students options to help fill out their spring and summer wardrobe. The spring fashion show took place yesterday evening at 6:30 in the Human Sciences El Centro. The show was put on by the National Retail Federation Student Association in coordination with the Dillard's Campus Collective. Student models walked the runway in clothing provided by the Dillard stores at the South Plains Mall, while attendees enjoyed free snacks and drinks. Natalie Dupre, an ambassador for the Dillard's Campus Collective, said the event came together with the help of the Tech and Lubbock communities.
We've had lots of people volunteer their time from different sororities on campus to help us out. We've had even food sponsors from United Supermarkets and McAllister's sponsor the food for today. So a lot of the community is wanting to get involved in this fashion show to show off all Dillard's clothing. And we had stylists from the National Retailers Federation come in and style all the clothes for our models. Our models went into the store earlier today to get their makeup done. So when you see them on the runway, they'll have their makeup done courtesy of Dillard's. And we're really wanting to showcase all of the spring fashion that Dillard's has to offer. It's one of the best places to shop for spring, summer, and a vacation, of course.
Yesterday's fashion show was one of several similar events held on college campuses by the Dillard's Campus Collective. The program gives students interested in a career as a fashion professional a chance to gain real-life industry experience. The program can be found at 22 schools around the U.S., including Texas Tech University. Gusty winds have been back in the forecast this week, kicking up dust and stirring up allergies for people across the South Plains.
Windy conditions early this morning not only created a dusty haze at sunrise, it also led to a big change in temperatures across our area. But how long will this latest cool-off last? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The brown haze from this morning is no longer visible on the MCTV tower cam. Wind speeds have dropped dramatically since sunrise, going from gusts to only a slight breeze that should last through the evening. We're also seeing a lot of cloud cover at the moment, but the skies should clear as we approach sunset. But the biggest change today is the temperatures. Highs topped 90 degrees yesterday afternoon, but today's temps are forecast to only reach the low 70s. Overnight, the effect of this morning's cold front will be even more noticeable as lows drop into the 40s. Clear skies should remain in the area throughout the night, and wind speeds will also remain light. Tomorrow includes another day of cooler temperatures, but we won't see a repeat of the gusty conditions to start the morning. In fact, it should be a nice mild day with clear skies and wind speeds under 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow's high will be almost identical to today, with temperatures topping out in the low to mid 70s. Heading into the weekend, even cooler conditions are on the way, with temperatures only expected to reach the 60s by Saturday afternoon. Saturday will also include a mix of clouds and sun, along with another day of light winds. But later that evening, the winds will increase as a storm front moves through the area after sunset. Closer to midnight, a round of rain showers is expected to kick off and continue into Sunday. Along with the rain, Sunday's temperatures are expected to drop even further, with highs only reaching the 50-degree mark. Winds will be stronger throughout the day, but all of that should help bring in the much-needed moisture, which is expected to continue into mid-afternoon. After that, the clouds should remain, but Sunday evening is forecast to be dry with lows dropping back into the 40s. Looking ahead, the last full week of April is expected to start with an even more rain and a chance of thunderstorms, but higher temperatures, sunshine, and more wind return to the forecast by midweek.
Once a month, Lubbock's art community is highlighted during a special event in the downtown area anchored by the Louise Hopkins Underwood Center for the Arts. MCTV's Lucas Moreno took a short drive from campus earlier this month to check out the sights and sounds of the latest edition of the First Friday Art Trail.
To kick off the month of April, LaHooka's First Friday Art Trail was in full swing. It featured an exhibit hosted by TTU's own RISE program. The Exhale exhibit was in support of Sexual Assault Awareness Month and featured art made by many creators around Lubbock and further who are survivors of sexual assault themselves.
We just want to let people know that we believe them and that we are here to support anyone who has experienced any type of sexual violence, interpersonal violence, mental health crisis, or anything else like that. And we want to provide a safe space for people, and we are always striving to empower Texas Tech students and anyone to live their most vital, meaningful life, and we want to be able to support them in that journey.
TTU Rise's Jorgen Holgerson describes how there is no limit to what kind of art can be submitted to the Exhale Gallery.
We do not turn away any art, no matter how explicit, because we don't ever want to take away from anybody's creative healing process and allow them to be able to share what they feel is most important to them.
In addition to the Exhale art exhibit, LaHooka features dozens of vendors from around the hub city. These range from small businesses that sell vintage fashion to food trucks that serve delicious snacks.
My first thought was, okay, I love vintage and I love collecting things, so why not share it with the world and share Lubbock, at least, the Art Depot. And so my thought was, if I can find it and bring it to the people, that way we can appreciate the art of it.
Really loved the process of making my candles, but then when I started making or started selling at vendor stuff like this, it really has been the communication with customers and just being able to start a relationship with them and things like that.
The next First Friday Art Trail will be in May, coincidentally on Cinco de Mayo. So be sure to stop by for lots of fun and delicious food. For MCTV, I'm Lucas Moreno.
Texas Tech baseball is back in rhythm after finishing up a 2-game midweek series and preparing for another conference opponent on the home diamond.
MCTV's Nathan Boles has a look back at the most recent matchup along with a preview of the rest of this week's athletic action in sports. Nathan.
Thanks, Haleigh and Makayla. Texas Tech baseball had some midweek fun at Danlaw Field, 2 games and 2 wins over Grand Canyon. Tuesday was Bark in the Park, always a fun one to be a part of. And the Dogs got to see a Texas Tech win, too. In the bottom of the first, Gavin Cash, who just won Big 12 Player of the Week, he hit a 2-run homer to put Texas Tech up 4-0. Pitcher Tabor Fast had 4 strikeouts in 6 innings to lead the team in the start, as Grand Canyon only scored 1 run and Texas Tech got the win 6-1. Then on Wednesday, Tech played Grand Canyon in a much higher scoring game. It was close in the 6th inning, but then Gavin Cash said bye-bye. A 3-run homer gave Cash 3 of his 5 runs batted in on the day. Texas Tech was up 5 runs at that point and went on to win 11-6. After Wednesday's win, Tim Tadlock talked about Cash's performance and what impressed him.
Again, he's showing a lot of maturity for a young guy. To me, like to turn around, like from the weekend till now, you know, even just the accolades he got over the weekend, to deal with that and understand, you know, today's a new day, yesterday was a new day. And, pretty special kid when he can do that. Not all of them do that at this level.
Texas Tech will stay at Danlaw Field this weekend and try to continue the momentum in Big 12 play. The Red Raiders are halfway through the Big 12 season and are 6-6 in the conference. They'll play Baylor starting Friday at 6:30 p.m. Texas Tech softball won't be at home, but they will have an important Big 12 series at Kansas. Tech is coming off a weekend where they got their 4th top 25 win of the season and broke the single-season home run record. Tech beat Baylor last Friday before falling in 2 tight losses Saturday and Sunday. Tech has hit 71 home runs this season, 3rd in the country. They're also the national leader in doubles with 86. Tech will be in Lawrence to play the Kansas Jayhawks, an RPI, a metric that measures every team. Kansas is only 9 spots ahead of Tech, so it should be a pretty close series. The series starts Friday at 5 p.m. Spring football is coming to an end for Texas Tech when the spring game happens on Saturday. The venue will be a little different than usual. Because of the construction at Jones AT&T Stadium, Tech will play the spring game at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park, where Lubbock ISD plays football. Joey McGuire said the quarterback competition might be tougher than last year. He said he really can't ask for anything more with Tyler Shuck and Baron Morton.
I mean, I really feel that we have 2 NFL quarterbacks. I think that they both have the ability and will, health-wise, get to play on Sundays. And not only that, because there's some other teams that have that, but our guys have won games. You know, it's just not the potential of maybe a 5-star or a guy that, is really highly recruited. Both of our guys have won games, and so excited about both of those guys.
Again, it will be at Plains Capital Park. McGuire called on Tech fans and Lubbock to pack the stadium. There is free admission for all fans Saturday. The game starts at 12 p.m. and will also be on ESPN+. Texas Tech alumni came together to make a team for the basketball tournament last season. Some people said if the tournament was in Lubbock, that there would be a full house. We'll find out this summer. United Supermarkets Arena will host a regional for the basketball tournament, a 64-team single-elimination tournament held in the summer for a $1 million winner-take-all prize. The Air Raiders mostly consisted of Texas Tech alumni, and they got to the 2nd round last season. The regional will be July 19th through the 23rd, and the presale for tickets will start May 1st. That's all for sports. Back to you, Makayla and Haleigh.
Thanks, Nathan. So, Haleigh, are you planning on checking out the football team at this weekend's spring game?
I think so. I do love Tech football, so I'll be excited to get a preview of this season. What about you?
Yeah, I'm working the game, so I'll actually be there.
Should be a fun weekend.
Yes. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.